Hey squad, Sapling6 here with another Tactical Tuesday video, and today I have one of my favorite topics for you guys. Now sometimes I get asked on stream and I'll see questions in the Call of Duty pages asking, hey, for all my military guys out there, does your training actually give you an advantage over everyone else? To which I usually laugh, because if it did, my kill-death ratio wouldn't be a dumpster fire. But in all honesty, although the answer is no, my training and 9 years of service does not give me a clear advantage over everybody. I do think that Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a first-person shooter that can actually employ certain real-life tactics, such as movement as a team and effective communication as a team, and ultimately, that 9 years of service I got allows me to clearly understand how I should approach and see the game in certain situations. So without wasting any more time, I'd like to get right into it. Today's video, we're going to cover the following topics that pertain to you. That's right, you as the individual in a buddy team. I'm going to share with you a term that's all too familiar to my Marine Corps infantrymen out there, and it's an acronym called SAMK, and that stands for Suppress, Assess, Move, and Kill. Additionally, what we're going to talk about are movements inside of buildings specific to stair and room clears, as well as utilizing micro-terrain. And for a bonus topic, I want to talk about what implicit and explicit communication are, because I know there's guys out there, there's teams out there that get angry with each other and they bicker and they should have known this and you should have known that and I ping this and I ping that. Well, let me tell you what, if you guys are working well together and work together for a long time, you need to exercise implicit communication. And if you don't know what that is, stick around and I'll educate you on it. Now, if you like this type of content and want to see more of it, please consider subscribing. Mash that subscribe button, hit the like button, share with your squad, leave me some constructive feedback in the comments. Thank you guys so much for your support. We're almost at 100 subscribers on YouTube. I can't even stand it. It's amazing. So let's go right into it. Right. You ready? You paying attention? All right, we're on the steps. What are we talking about? Okay, so stair in building clears in a buddy team. So some individual actions for the 1 and 2 man, 1 being the first guy up, 2 man being the second guy up. What we want to do is first know the layout of the house. I know up here is a small room at the top with 2 doors, one to my direct right and then direct front. So when I get up here, all right, very simple. I'm going to get up here, I'm going to jump to the corner and turn, and as I'm turning, I'm clearing the majority of these 2 rooms. And as I make movement to the left, I can see that nobody's in this first room, and I could barely see a little bit into this room, but so far it's clear. Right, so part of my responsibility as the 1 man up here is to communicate what I see or what I don't see to my teammate. All right, simultaneously, he'll be coming up behind me, turning around too and getting into his own corner, all right, as to not get hit by the same dude at the same time. All right, so from here, I'll make a call, right, on what I'm going to do, but I'll clear the left room. So I'll tell him, I'll let him know I want to clear left, and I'll just get in here quickly and hop to this corner again to allow him an avenue to get in here and sit right next to me, right, and that way we get 2 guns into the room as quickly as possible. All right, so from here, he intuitively becomes the 1 man, knowing we need to clear this very quickly. As soon as he comes into the room I'm in now, he's going to come on in. Come on, brother. Come on and hook, right? He'll hook in, right? And we'll see that it's clear. That'll be almost simultaneously. And then immediately, he's going to become the 1 man. He's going to hit up this next room. And then I'm going to get in here too. And let's say this bucket was our camper in the corner. All right, we'll be able to get him quickly. Now, one thing we can go over. So from back out here, knowing we got stuns, before even going into either room, I can hit this one with a stun. If I get a hit marker, I'll know that somebody was in there, and if I stun myself, I just tell him to go. Like, go, go, go. He's stunned. He'll be the first one into the room. His movement will look something like what I just did and what he just did, and I'll follow him up, shaking off my last stun. Now better is to get a decent stun in there off the back wall as to which you don't get hit. It'll look a little something like that. I'll tuck back in. He's stunned. We get in the room and get him. Now, if we don't get a hit marker, we know he's probably in the left room, and if you're out of a stun, you just do the same routine, and maybe he jumps out a window. What we got here is another typical stairwell that you see in a lot of buildings throughout Verdansk and in Warzone, right? Where there's a lot of little peepholes and peepways, if you will, that the enemy can look down and shoot you. So what you want to do to clear these as a 1- and 2-man, again, you want to get as many guns into the fight as possible, and a lot of stuff in Warzone does come down to aim. So if you guys can't create angles for each other in such a small environment, it will be difficult to take down one guy where he can just line you both up. So as the 2-man and the 1-man, you need to pay attention to where you're positioning yourself. So as I come up here, I always want to clear the corners that I can't see with my reticle, right? I always want to clear the corners I can't see, go up the stairwell. Everything I see here on screen is clear, right? I don't see any enemies, and I know they can't be hiding there, so I need to start panning back to the left, right? If you're one of those guys that comes all the way up here and turns around, it's too late. This guy's already sitting in the corner ready to get you. So as I come up here, all right, you want to turn around, all right, and back up the steps, and your 2-man's going to come up here too, and he's going to quick pivot, right, and get around as well. And then this looks familiar. We've already done it, right? We know the layout. So I got to quickly get in here and clear this little spot and jump to the corner and then clear into here as well. All right, now we know he's probably on the roof. Something else I want to talk through too is the spacing. So let's say we're all the way down here. Right, let's say we're all the way down here and I come around this corner and I see him and he's up here, right? So what I want to do is I don't want to take the gunfight right here, because if my buddy Kyle comes forward here, right, and I'm trying to gunfight him, look at this, like we're all stacked up on each other. I need to make space for him, right? So I got to trust, he's got to trust me, and I got to trust myself. I got to back myself into the corner, right, make movements, maybe do some jump shots, or even drop a drop shot in there if you can fit it in, right? But get out of the way and let him get his gun into the fight. I don't do any good by sitting right here and blocking the pathway when he's trying to get up and around, and he's just going to take some bullets too. So I want to get over here. I want to get over here and get into his face, or get up into his face and hip fire depending on what you got. Now, last thing here, right? So tacticals and explosive employments. So it's difficult. It's difficult to throw up. It is difficult, and it can come back in to bite you in the rear. Sometimes they're just gonna pop right back on you if you're not careful, right? And then throwing C4, right? Throwing C4 up these small, these small narrow paths here can be difficult too. So there ends up being a decent throw, but if you're just to the left too much, it's going to catch the ledge, right? So not a guaranteed toss. And again, throwing a stun up here is difficult too, but that ends up being a good throw. So you can get into plunder like this and kind of practice the angles. But guys, throwing uphill is usually not advised. What you want to do is, if you're the defender up here, is you want to throw downstairs or downhill and replicate the same scenario, and then you'll end up clearing down, doing the same thing, keeping your reticle on the spot that you can see. Okay, so one of the key aspects of the game and individual movement, right, and just being a good individual player is using micro terrain. And what is that, right? So micro terrain is legitimately this small terrain around here and its surroundings. So this tree, this tree doesn't get bullet penetration, right? So using this stuff in the environment around you is extremely important. So for example, let's say we got a bounty target. It's just on the other side where this car is, right? Let's say that's the bounty circle. They know that we're close, right? It's going to tell them that we're close. Let's get up here. They don't know where from yet, and we're going to get a peek over the micro terrain, and then we see them, right? So let's say we see one up here on the legendary chest. Maybe he's looting or trying to get some overwatch. We get a quick peek real quick, all right? And it's simple, right? He's right here. We ping the chest, and my teammates start shooting, right? Or we both start shooting. We start hitting this guy. Let's say he jumps off the back, right? Now is where we need to assess, right? We need to assess. We already started to oppress. Now we need, suppress. Now we need to assess the situation. He jumped off the back. All right, I'm going to move and communicate. I'm going right. I'm going right. And we're still looking. We're still looking. And maybe he's off the backside right here plating. All right, I can get some more shots on him, tag him, maybe down him, let my teammate know there's one down, and we start moving up. And it's very simple, right? So the process and the idea behind it is very simple, right? So we want to suppress, assess, move, and then kill. And that over and over and over and over again will get you to the final circle in an advantageous position. Now, part of the explicit and implicit communication. So come on back down, Kyle. So we'll come back down here, right? And explicit is me telling him exactly what I'm going to do. Like, Kyle, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to clear the top and then just stick myself in the corner. I need you to follow me up, right? That's explicit. That's telling him exactly what I want. But if Kyle and I have been working together for a while, the whole thing's implicit. Like, dude's upstairs. Boom, we get up here, nothing going left. Boom, we're in here, and he's already right behind me. Boom, he's into the next one. That's all implicit. Like, we don't have to communicate. It's understood. That's what implicit communication is, and that's where you want to get to with a team, or with a teammate rather, and a team, is where you guys can all operate implicitly. All right, guys, that's going to do it for individual actions here on another Tactical Tuesday. There will be more on this topic in the future, guaranteed. A huge shout out to Staff Sergeant Kyle Dubs, aka 5 Bravo. Thanks for running with me in the war zone, man, and always having my 6. All right, guys, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and comment below on some other individual actions you want covered in a future video. The road to 100 continues. Thanks again, guys. 6 out.